27 lawmakers in the Rivers State House of Assembly, loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, have defected to the All Progressives Congress from the People's Democratic Party. Factional Speaker of the House, Martins Amaiwole, read the defection letters during Monday's sitting. Uduak Patrick filed this report.
Excited lawmakers flying the handy flag of the All Progressive Congress and chanting songs in support of the opposition APC in Rivers State and President Bola Tinubu after defecting from the People's Democratic Party on whose platforms they were elected. Factional Speaker Martins Amaiwole explains that the defection follows the perceived division in the PDP at the national level.
The Right Honorable Martin Chika Amaiwole, DSSRS Speaker, Rivers State Assembly, Moscow, Takot, Mr. Speaker. Defection to the All Progressive Congress, APC. Defection to the All Progressive Congress, APC. I write to bring to your attention my decision to leave the People's Democratic Party, PDP. This decision to leave the PDP is necessitated by the division in the People's Democratic Party, of which I was elected to this House. In particular, the tussle around who the National Secretary of the PDP is has now sharply divided the party and made it unclear as to who is the National Secretary of the party.
During Monday's sitting by the faction, the Rivers State Local Government Amendment Bill 2023 passed second reading.
This bill is to amend the principal law. The amendment is quite necessary, Mr. Speaker, at this point in time, considering that the Supreme Court, in its ruling, has criminalized the running of local government by caretaker.
And it is not proper for the resources of the people to be put in the hand of someone that does not even understand the terrain of that LG. Everything that is being allocated to the local government belongs to the local government and should be managed by a democratic elected person from that place.
Distinguished colleagues, the idea is to remove the anomaly inherent in this law. The law has given powers to the governor that the governor does not have. When our people elect councillors, elect chairmen of local governments, it will be improper for a sitting governor through a fiat remove these elected individuals.
The lawmakers condemned the alleged refusal of Governor Simina Lare Fubara to hand over to the police.
The said motion is to condemn the refusal of His Excellency Sir Simina Fubara, Governor of Rivers State, to hand over suspects that burned the Harlow Chamber to the law enforcement agencies and seizure of the funds for the management of the Rivers State House of Assembly, to condemn the present attack on the Rivers State House of Assembly and abuse of power by Sir Simina Fubara.
The governor sits comfortably in his house, while the Rivers State Harlow Chamber remains unrepaired after it was burnt down by individuals and suspects that have been so named, and the governor has done nothing.
The Rivers State House of Assembly recently experienced turbulence with its membership divided into two, including a fire attack on the Assembly complex over an impeachment threat. One faction remains loyal to Governor Fubara, while the other is loyal to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, who is the immediate past governor of the state.
Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party is asking the electoral body, INEC, to immediately begin conducting fresh elections in the 27 state constituencies in Rivers State. The party says the demand becomes necessary following the alleged vacant positions occasioned by the defection of the 27 former Rivers State House of Assembly members to the All Progressives Congress. In a statement, PDP National Publicity Secretary Debo Ologunagba argues that by defecting from the PDP, the political platform on which they were elected to the Rivers State House of Assembly, the seats of the 27 lawmakers have become vacant by Section 109, subsection 1G of the 1999 Constitution. The Labour Party is also calling on the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly to declare vacant the 27 seats of the defected members without delay, in line with the laws of the land. We're now joined by Andy Omano, Arise correspondent in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Good morning, Andy, and thank you for joining us here on the morning show. All right, just before Andy joins us, Rufai, I mean, this has made headlines this morning following yesterday's
it's out there. You know, when President Tinubu first tried to settle the fight between Wike and Fubara, I said the fight is not over. Yeah. And I knew it. In fact, there was a cartoonist that did a cartoon that showed Fubara and Wike shaking hands, but Fubara had a cutlass at the back, Wike too had a dagger at the back. That's exactly what is happening. What I think, before we go to Andy, is the fact that Fubara is trying to take a position with President Tinubu, and Wike discovered it, and Wike got these lawmakers to defect the PDP to be able to nullify, you know, what Fubara wanted to do. Fubara is stuck, and he's not dialoguing with the top PDP people in Rivers State. So it's a big fight for all. Let's go to Andy this morning.
Hello, Andy. Good morning, and thanks for joining us this morning. Andy, can you hear us?
Thank you so much. It's a good morning.
Yeah. Well,
yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, you say it's a good morning. It depends on who is saying it. I don't know if it's Governor Sim Fubara thinks it's a good morning, or the lawmakers, or FCT Minister Nyesom Wike would consider this a good morning. Well, tell us, what's happening in Rivers State? What is the situation on ground? I mentioned earlier on what's transpired yesterday, the calls from the PDP and the Labour Party for the 27 seats in the House to be declared vacant. But what's going on ground in Rivers State?
Okay, thank you so much. The situation here is that everywhere is calm. But of course, I want to add quickly that it seems to me as a reporter like an uneasy calm, because there is tension. Rivers people are waiting to see what is going to happen today after the defection of 27 lawmakers from the PDP to the APC just yesterday. And so everybody's on the edge, as it were, and they are waiting to see what is going to happen today, because as at yesterday, we heard that the defection of these 27 PDP lawmakers to the APC is a precursor to the likely defection of a very major PDP stalwart to the APC, if not today, in the next couple of days. So every Rivers person is on the edge. We are waiting to see if that is actually going to come to fruition. But I must tell you that people are not too comfortable with what is going on here quickly, because they had thought that by now all this would have been put behind them, because we were given the impression before now that the political crisis in Rivers State was like a misunderstanding between the father and the son, and they were going to resolve it amicably. And so for the 27 lawmakers to have defected in the manner they did yesterday, Rivers people are on the edge, and they are beginning to ask very salient questions, that for how long is this political crisis going to linger, knowing that when situations are like this, development is stalled. As we speak, just yesterday, the State Executive Council discussed the budget for 2024, and that budget, having been approved by the Executive Council, needed to be given a head start, if I'm allowed to use that expression, by the legislators. The question is, who is going to approve that budget 2024 for this state? Is it which of the faction? Is it the faction that has 5 lawmakers? 4 of them are PDP, 1 is Labour Party, or this faction that has defected to the former opposition, the All Progressives Congress, 27 of them in all. So that is the situation, and it is pensive. I must report.
Okay. So with this now, where are the other factions? Where do they sit? Where do they meet? The factions loyal to Governor Fubara.
Question, Rufai.
Yeah.
Yes. Ironically, because that's a question everybody is asking, that how come that the faction loyal to the governor are not the one having unimpeded access to the assembly complex? Because yesterday's defection was the second time that these 27 lawmakers were having unimpeded access to the complex. Remember, the court has said everybody should maintain the status quo. They shouldn't do anything, let alone walk into that hallowed chambers of the State Assembly. But twice, they've gained access to the place with very heavy security. But of course, they've done that the very wee hours of the morning before you say pronto. They've done what they want to do and they disappear into thin air. The second faction, nobody knows where they are sitting, because the first time they sat was inside the government house. That was on 30th of October when this whole crisis started. But where they currently sit, nobody knows. Probably they are sitting in the air. But is that possible? Rufai.
Well, in Nigeria, as we can see, almost anything is possible. But like you mentioned, really interesting things coming out from Port Harcourt, the capital of Rivers State. And we look forward to getting more details as the day progresses, because I know definitely this isn't the end at all. And we still look forward to getting details on the unfolding story. I have just one question before I let you go very quickly. The mace that one of the members of the House spoke about, what's going on with that? From what he had mentioned, it seemed like it got burnt when sections of the house was burnt. What is the update on the mace?
Well, we've not heard anything about the mace again since the October 30th, when this crisis started. As at when the first week of this crisis, we were meant to understand that the mace was in the custody of the Edison Ehe faction to this crisis. And so the question you naturally want to ask is, if the mace is in the custody of the faction of Edison Ehe, who today is a factional speaker to this crisis, with which mace is these 27 lawmakers conducting their proceedings so far? They've met twice, and no one knows with which authority they are actually meeting. So for now, nobody can put a finger on where the mace is. But as at the 30th of October, we were told that the mace was in the custody of the Edison Ehe faction.
Okay,
the political
one
crisis.
quick thing, please confirm. Is it 27 lawmakers? I thought they did a ceremony for one of the lawmakers that passed recently. So is it 27?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, there are 27 lawmakers that defected yesterday.
Okay.
Rufai, 27 of them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, really, for reporting out there what's happening in Rivers State.